Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a kneeling position. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Your palms can be pointing down or up. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. Take these first few moments to bring your focus and awareness to your breathing. With every inhale, feel your ribcage expand side to side, front to back. Every exhale, allow your spine to sit up just a little taller. Today, we're going to be focusing a lot on stretching through your feet, your shins, your Achilles, and your calves. Start to bring your hands down in front of you and flip over so your toes are tucked under. Now you can keep your hands down on the ground and keep your body kind of released over. If you want a bit more of a stretch through your feet or your toes, sit your body all the way upright. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. And now we're early in the practice, so if this is a little too intense for you, feel free to bring your hands forward. We're just starting to find a nice little stretch into the bottoms of the feet, into the toes. And for me, I always have to kind of move my pinky toe so it's tucked under as well. Maybe you're finding you need to do that too. We're going to be here for about 3 more big breaths. We're going to alternate between 2 stretches here. Slowly start to bring yourself forward. Bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your knees and shift your heels back. We're coming into a squat position, and this is a way to stretch into your Achilles and your calves. You're kind of just making a little ball with your body. Maybe your heels are able to make it to the ground. If not, just feel the stretch through the back of your calf into your Achilles. And we're going to alternate between these 2 stretches. So take 1 more big breath here. And then slowly start to bring your knees back down to the mat so your toes once again are tucked under. If you need to adjust your pinky toe, go ahead and do that. Sit your body upright. And we'll take a few big breaths here. Maybe you're already feeling a bit looser into your feet. And again, if this is a little too painful for you, always feel free to bring your hands forward so you have a little less weight on your feet. Take 1 more big breath. And then bring your hands back down to the mat and start to shift your weight back so your heels come down, your knees lift off. You're kind of making a little ball with your body. You can even tuck your chin under. And just breathe here. Feel that length into the back of your Achilles. Just a nice gentle stretch. And 1 more round of this. So start to bring your knees forward. You can tuck your pinky toes under. Option to sit all the way upright, or option to bring yourself slightly forward if the upright position is a little too intense. Breathe into the stretch of your feet, the stretch of your toes. Lift up through the tops of your ears. Breathe in and exhale. Take 1 more big breath here. And then bring your hands forward. 1 more time, lift your knees and bring your heels as close as you can to the ground, coming into this little ball. Finding a nice stretch into your Achilles. Maybe even that moves up into your calf. Take 1 more big breath here. And then slowly bring yourself out of this position so your knees will come back to the ground. Now from this position, step your left foot so it comes in front of you. You're still in a little half squatting position. You can flip over to the top of your right foot. In this half squatting position, start to lean yourself forward. So you're feeling a nice stretch into your left Achilles and left calf. And then from here, bring yourself back, bring your hands back behind you, and lift your right knee up off the mat. So this may feel a little more intense. You're getting a stretch into the front of your right shin. And we're gonna move between these 2 positions. So bring your hands out in front of you, bring your body forward, find that nice stretch into your left Achilles and calf, and then lower your hips, bring your hands back behind you, lift your hips up off the ground. Think of pushing the top of your right foot into the ground. And we'll alternate. Again, bring your hands forward, find this nice stretch into your left Achilles, left calf. Breathe into that space. And then slowly release and bring your hands back behind you. Lift your right knee up off the ground. Really push the top of your right foot into the mat. Feel the stretch into your right shin. And then slowly release. Bring yourself back to a tabletop, all fours position. Take a moment to release through your feet and your ankles. Just take a little patter with your feet here. And then tuck your toes under and start to shift your hips forwards and backwards. Again, getting that nice little stretch into the bottoms of your feet. And we will take that on the opposite side. So step your right foot in front, so you're in this kind of half squatting position. Now bring your fingertips in front of you. You feel this nice stretch into your right Achilles and calf, maybe. Just breathe into that length. And then slowly walk your hands back behind you. Lift your hips away from your heel. Press the top of your left foot down into the mat. Feel that nice opening into the front of your left shin. And then lower your knee. Take this again. Bring your hands forward. Find that nice stretch into your right Achilles and calf. And then bring your hands back. Lift your hips up. Lift your left knee. And then one more time, just like that. Crawl your hands forward. Feel that opening into your right Achilles, right calf. Nice big breath in. And then bring your hands back behind you and lift your left knee. Actively push the top of your left foot into the ground. And slowly lower your knee. Bring yourself back to your tabletop position. Lower your hips towards your heels and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Keep the tops of your feet down on the ground. Now this is going to be a little bit of a core strengthener. Press down into your hands and try to tuck your knees up into your chest as much as you can. Push down into the tops of your feet and feel that pull, that length through the fronts of your shins. We're here for about 10 seconds. I know it starts to get a bit intense. And then slowly start to lower your knees. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Flip your toes under, lift your hips. Take a few moments here to pedal out through your feet, maybe bending one knee or the opposite knee. Or you can just keep still and think of energizing your heels down towards the mat. Find the length through the backs of your legs. Press down into your hands, spread your fingers wide. Push your armpits towards your big toes. And start to roll yourself forward to a high plank so your shoulders are over your wrists. Shift your weight onto your left foot and hook the right big toe and right second toe to the back of your left Achilles. And then use that hook of the right toes to pull your left heel down and bring you back up into this kind of one-legged downward facing dog. So you're actively using the hook of your toes to pull your left heel closer down to the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Same idea of pushing your armpit towards your left big toe. Slide yourself forward, unhook the toe and swap sides. So your left big toe and your left second toe are going to hook onto your right Achilles, and then use your left toes to pull your right heel down. Spread your fingers, push your armpits towards your right big toe. Maybe you're feeling a bit of an extra stretch into your right calf. Breathe into that space. Nice big breath in, and full big breath out. And then move yourself forward into your high plank position. And bring your left foot back down to the mat. Push yourself back up to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift your heels up high. And then keep your heels lifted and bend your knees a lot. So you're feeling a nice stretch in the bottoms of your feet and your toes. Re-extend your knees and lower your heels. We'll take this a couple more times. Lift your heels, bend your knees, feel that nice stretch. Straighten through your legs and lower your heels. Just a few more sets like this. Lift your heels, bend your knees, lengthen through your legs, and lower your heels. Just feeling this nice kind of warm up into the lower legs, into the calves, and a nice stretch into the feet. And we'll take it one more time. Lift your heels, bend your knees, re-straighten your legs, and lower your heels down to the ground. Start to walk your feet forward up towards your fingers. Separate your feet about hips width distance, and then from here, this is going to feel a little strange, but roll to the outer edges of your feet. So think like the pinky toe edges. Allow a little bit of softness in your knees and really allow your body to just hang over. So you're getting a nice little pull into your shins. Drop your head, maybe wiggle out through your jaw. This can feel pretty intense, especially because we don't stretch this area too often. So try to just stick with it. Stay with your breath. Nice big breath in, full big breath out. And take a few more moments of breath here. We're not here for too much longer. And then slowly release through your feet so they're flat once again. Bend your knees and come back into this squat that we explored at the beginning of the sequence. And just notice if you're feeling any sort of difference in that stretch of your Achilles and your calf. And then slowly bring your hips all the way down to the ground. We're gonna do a bit of toe stretching here. It may feel a little bit strange. It's a really nice way to stretch through your feet. So take a moment to kind of roll out through your ankles, one direction, the other direction, scrunch through your toes. We're gonna take this stretching one at a time. So bend your left knee, catch your left big toe with your fingers. Now this is gonna feel a little funky. We're gonna spend a little bit of extra time with your big toe, but think of pulling your big toe back. Feel that nice stretch to the bottom of your foot. And then we're gonna switch and go to your second toe. And as we do the other 4 toes, we're gonna go a little quicker. So just pull your second toe back, pull your third toe back. Just taking a little beat with each toe, feeling that nice stretch. And then go ahead and release, and we'll move to the opposite side. Bend your right knee, start to pull your right big toe back. And we'll spend a bit of extra time with your big toe. Just really think of pulling it back, finding a nice stretch into the bottom of your foot. Take one more breath with this stretch, and then go ahead and start to move through your toes. Just give each one a little bit of a tug back so you feel a little bit of resistance there. Just moving from one to the next to the next. And after you've moved through all of your toes, release your foot and bring both of your feet down to the ground. Come back to a forward fold just for a moment and slowly start to roll yourself up to stand. This will be our final standing position, and feel free to do anything with your feet here. You can kind of bounce up and down, maybe move into a few releves, shake through one foot and ankle, shake through the other foot and ankle. Just kind of notice any differences that you may feel. And then we'll finish off in a standing position, a neutral standing position. And then notice the weight of your feet into the mat. Trying to spread the weight evenly between the 2 feet. Notice if you're rolling to the pinky toe edge, the big toe edge. And then release through your shoulders, maybe close your eyes. Just take a few final breaths here. Thank you for joining us today. And that's your flow.